Many fabulous stories have been known about the origin and disappearance of the Holy Crown. In the last few years, the story of this adventurous journey is more documented than earlier, since the research group, financed by the Hungarian Academy of Science, has made systematic research in this topic. At this time, we present the most important news. The Holy Crown is one of the oldest and most famous emblems of Hungary. The object is described with mysteriousness and obscurity. The fate of it was both epic and tragic. Many articles have been published about its genesis and history, based on theories and real documents. Since it rather early became an important relic and political implement, it is not surprising that the fates of the country and crown have merged so much. Even the history of its genesis became an implement of politics. During the period of the power struggles between popes and emperors, in order to emphasize our support of the pope, the myth was created that the crown was sent by Pope Sylvester II, who was inspired by Saint Mary. This legend served to underline the independence of Hungary from the Holy Roman Empire. However, according to our recent knowledge, the original crown and spear were sent by Emperor Otto III. The Holy Crown played a similar role in the hands of pretenders after the extinction of the Árpád royal dynasty in 1301, or after the Battle of Mohács, and in the hands of Emperor Friedrich between 1440 and 1463 after World War II. After the Battle of Mohács, the crown served the interests of Péter Perényi. At this time, it was not only a jewel, but the symbol of the Hungarian orders. Perényi had the power to decide between the expectants of the throne by giving the crown. During the gubernatorial of János Hunyadi, even some charters were issued in the name of the Holy Crown, so it became a legal person as well. Therefore, its possession was important not only for Ferdinand I and John I, but for Sultan Suleiman I, who had acquired it and forwarded it to John I again. At that time, the crown wandered to Vienna and later to Prague. Finally, its fate was regulated in 1608. The steady Crown Guard was established to preserve it with the other crown jewelry at one of the purpose-built towers in Pozsony Castle, now known as Bratislava. They placed a document into the crown chest which contains the reasons of opening and the contents of the crate. From these papers and parliament diaries we know that because of losing the key, the crate had to be forced open violently in 1683 and in 1784. These damages are still visible even now. Furthermore, between 1849 and 1853 and in 1945, the crown was buried, at first near Orszava and the second time near Salzburg, so the condition of the crown was getting worse. The mystery around the crown was growing over centuries. It appeared at rare occasions and only a few people could observe it since it was exclusive inaugural clinidium, then it was not used regularly from the 16th century. Even contemporary artists did not have enough information about it, so we can find many semantic crown depictions. The first authentic depiction found in the Sacra Coronia Reni, Hungary, was made by crown god Péter Révai in 1613. The imagery is very similar to the order of the crowning in 1618, which came up in 1916 again, when its instructions were applied by the last coronation ceremony. In general, the crown could only be spectated in coronation ceremonies. There were some exceptions, ceremonies after the finding of Orszava and some scientific examinations from the 19th century. In April 1945, the buried crown got into the hands of the US Army. Thereafter, it returned to Budapest on the 6th of January 1978, first in the National Museum, until finally it was placed into the building of Parliament.